Vintage kits are some of my favorite things to build. Not necessarily because they're particularly good quality kits, but because there's a little bit of magic about them. Hello everyone, I'm Matt, this is Model Minutes, and join me on the workbench today as I talk to you about why I love building vintage model kits. So vintage kits are something that I do experience from time to time. Actually, my wife does buy me vintage kits on occasion. She gets them secondhand, and she gets them for me because it's something that I probably wouldn't buy for myself. But I do really enjoy building vintage kits. And now, vintage kits, what I mean is something that's not currently in production, something that went out of production, and is of a certain vintage, so something from the 60s or 70s. I do also enjoy the re-releases, like the vintage classics from Airfix or some of the other releases that other companies do, where they put new decals in the boxes, but they don't always hold as much magic to me because I always try and maybe do too much with them. Whereas with a truly vintage model, that I feel like that expectation to do well or to do a proper review of it kind of vanishes. So let me just talk to you about a couple of kits that I got this year. So I got the Matchbox Corsair. This is a 1970s edition. And actually, the box is empty because I've already built it. It was a really nice build. I was super keen for this one. I literally built it like 2 days after I got it, and I'd finished it within a couple of days as well. What I love about vintage kits is that there is no real expectation to go above and beyond with them, in my opinion anyway. Obviously other people can build however they like, but from where I sit, it's older than me, and it had never met its modelling destiny. And that's what I want to help it to do. I want it to meet its modelling destiny. And I want to experience something that I probably would never have had the chance to do because these are all from before I started modelling. I've got another one here. This is the Revell Super Sabre. This is like a 1960s kit. It's actually 1960s vintage. I've got unboxings on these somewhere, so you'll see what's inside. And they are tatty kits. They're not some of them are not good kits. Some of the vintage kits I've got are just not good models at all, but I really enjoy them. There's just something about them. It does lead me maybe into a little bit of an annoyance I have, is that when you're looking for vintage kits online, yes, they can be a bit more rare, but I really don't like paying, if I buy them myself, more than something like a modern reproduction would be worth. Let's use, the Airfix Vintage Classics range. They release old toolings in new boxes with updated decals and instructions and things like that. And you'll see online, people will be selling the same version from the 60s, 70s, 80s for 3 times the price as it is new. Well, in that case, I'm going to buy the new version, aren't I? I'm going to buy the cheaper option, which is better quality decals and things like that. Granted, the mold quality might not be quite as good because it's had so many production runs and it's a little bit older, but I'm not going to be spending my money on something that I can currently get. Whereas, this is discontinued. This doesn't exist anymore. I think Revell own the tooling for this, but they have a new tooling for the FU4. Yeah, it's the Dash 4. They have their own new tooling, so they would have no reason to do a Matchbox retooled, re-release of a Matchbox version. As much as we'd like them to, but they don't. They do have challenges. They do have challenges, don't get me wrong. Decals are going to be old, they might be disintegrated, they might be yellowed, they might not fit correctly. The kits themselves being old might have flash, they might have poor detail, they might have poor fit, there might be questionable things. Second hand has its own challenges. They might be missing parts, for example, or they might have extra bits in there. I've got I think it's a Devotine D520, a Frog one, which I bought secondhand, and it was part started. I know it's part started because that's how it was sold to me. I got it for £3. But actually now I look inside the packet and I see that it's missing its original canopy. It's got a canopy for something else in there, so I don't know what that's about. So there are going to be challenges. And I think that's part of what I enjoy about them. It's that experience of something that I wouldn't have experienced before. It's helping a model meet its new destiny of being built. It's saved it from a collector. So a collector will keep it on the shelf and look after it and hope that the value goes up, but they'll never get it out. They'll never play with it. And that's the joy, isn't it? It's the building and the playing with it. But also there are challenges that need to be overcome. There are challenges with the age of the kit. The decals might need rescuing some way or fixing or replacing. replacing, or you might need to get spare parts because, well, I mean, spare parts is difficult. You might have to get aftermarket parts or make your own. So that's kind of what I like, is that it's almost like a little bit of mystery. You kind of know what you're going to get inside the box, but it's not guaranteed. And how you then build it to meet its final destination, its destiny, its completion, is completely up to you. And that's a part of vintage modeling that I really enjoy. And also, another thing, and this is maybe a little bit more on a personal level because I have a YouTube channel, but I also like sharing vintage model kits with people who may not have had the chance to experience it for themselves. It's a bit like a recorded log, isn't it? If I create a video on an old kit and then they're gone, they're no longer in production, then they will be forever immortalized online for other people to see in the future. It's a record, it's a log. I think probably one of the oldest kits I have is this. It's a genuine bagged Rolls-Royce 1905. It's like a 1950s, 1960s. I think this is the first edition or thereabouts. It looks to be complete. It looks like it's never been opened. The staples are in the same place. They've not been moved, and there is a bit of rust damage on there. Someone somewhere will probably going, don't build it. Don't build it. It's original. It's rare. But everything that I have or I buy, I look forward to building. And I might not get around to this one soon, but I am looking forward to having a go and experience something and then sharing it with you. So yeah, that's why I love vintage kits. Do you like building vintage kits? Let me know down in the comments. Do you think maybe you would start building vintage kits to help them meet their modeling destiny? The only thing I would say is just make sure that if you are looking for vintage kits, you shop around and get the best deals, because some people do like to put the prices up. I always think of it as two prices. There's a builder's price and a collector's price. And as we all know, building and collecting are two different hobbies, but they do link together. So actually I collect a lot of model kits, but I intend to build them. So that's as a side point. A builder's price is something that you want to spend in order to experience the joy of it, whereas a collector's price is something that they're going to see as an investment. I always think of my builder's price being like half of what a collector might be wanting to spend on it. Like this, for example, was like £8 or £9. Probably, definitely a bit of an overspend, but it's not a new kit, and I get that. It's a bit rare, it's a bit vintage. So obviously I'm paying that much. But if it was like 20, I went to a model shop, actually, not a model shop, a model show a little while ago, and this guy had some Matchbox kits. He said they were mint in box, but actually when I did a bit of research online, I found out there should have been like an outer sleeve. It was like a gift set. There were like 3 kits in the box, or 4 kits in the box, and there should have been an outer sleeve which was missing, but he maintained that it was mint and this was original. Obviously it wasn't to that point, but he wanted like 60 quid for it or something. And I was like, oh, no, that's not a builder's price, in my opinion. Like maybe £10 per kit, because given the age, you know, things are going to be not as buildable. Decals are not going to be as good, etc. So I probably would have gone £10 a kit, but this guy wasn't moving on 60. So that's more like a collector's price. That's the difference, I mean. But yeah, I basically finished this video and then got talking again. So do let me know down in the comments, are you a vintage model kit aficionado, just like me? Or if you've never experienced a vintage kit, do you think that you would like to try? After all, we need to help them see their modelling destiny of being built and not just kept in a box on a shelf. And that's my opinion. Obviously, you don't have to agree with that. And with that, I'm going to leave this one here. Massive thanks to my Model Club members for the extra support they give the channel. If you'd like to join these guys on screen or support the channel in other ways, do check out the links in the description. The best way to support this channel for free though is by subscribing with notifications turned on, so you never miss a modelling upload. Finally though, last thing to say is a massive thank you to you for watching this one, and I'll see you on the workbench again next time.